Hey, StephAArmato here from SAArmato Arts. And so this one is going up on YouTube. Should be on YouTube. And if you saw my post on Instagram, then hopefully you're seeing this. Or if you're called to it and you clicked on it, no matter what day it is, no matter what time it is, that this is meant for you. Some type of message and some type of thing. So I basically want you to choose between the three piles. I do not have crystals right now because mine are charging. So they're into some sage, or rosemary. Sorry, I'm using rosemary this time. Verdaderamente trabaja ayuda. It works. So, anyways, for the crystals that we have rhodotrosite. That one draws to you. That's the first pile. The second pile is obsidian. If you're drawn to the third pile, we have jasper, which is actually what I'm wearing right now. Except this jasper is called forest jasper. And if you are curious about where I buy my jewelry from, then I will send you a link to their Instagram and his YouTube as well. So let's get into it, shall we? If you want, pause the video here so that way you can concentrate and pick if you want pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. At this moment, it is because it is a very transformative time that really and truly I asked my decks, I was like, okay, who wants to work with me so that way I can ask for the elements? And so many were like, me. And it was like, oh, okay then. I guess it's going to be a pick a pile. Haven't done a pick a pile on here yet. And so they were like, oh yeah, that's what we want to do. And I am very excited because even my fairy deck wanted to come, even though we do not have a fairy cloth or the oranges, bees, and citrus fruit cloth that usually they only work with. So now that I have gotten introductions, this is for the Cartomancy Thursday. Instead of asking questions and answering questions, I am actually doing this pick a card. So special is still going on. That is $65 for the hour, where my normal rate is $90. For 30 minutes, because I've gotten quite a few people there, it is $35, and then you can tip. All of that tips are appreciated, even now. So don't worry about it. And if you picked your pile, I am going to hopefully link what pile it is down below. So that way we can see where is it that it changes and whatnot. So let's get into it, shall we? So if you picked for pile 1, here we have the rhodotrosite. And it basically has an explanation here on the back where you should put it. But below really and truly is what I use. It's to soften your heart. When your heart hurts, you can feel all the feelings, even though it's painful, and still have to be gentle with yourself. That will remind you that this too shall pass, and you will heal and love again when you're ready. Because this is such a transformative time, I feel like this might be my people that are slightly going through either breakups, or you just finished a cycle, you just finished a job that you got rid of, and the pains and everything, you're feeling it. Because Scorpio season is all about transformation and deep emotions. So that was the crystal card that we got here. And then along with this crystal card, we got 2 of the fairy. I'm actually going to put that over here. We got 2 fairy, and we got 2 shadowscapes as well. And then we got 1 from the Gypsy Witch card, which is a Lenormand almost style. All right, so to continue with this. So with the fairy decks, they all kind of said that this is what I want to be, is I'm almost the physical elements, the physical world of sorts. Versus the shadowscape was like, I want to talk about emotions. I want to give you the aspects that are hidden, the aspects that people are feeling and the emotions from it. So let's continue, shall we? All right, so we have the Judgment, which is Major Arcana number 20. And we have the 9 of Wands. All right, and so basically with the 9 of Wands, you feel like you've been having all these responsibilities. You feel like you're having to go through against the current. You're having to fight this. You're having to fight that. You're having to restrict yourself and restrain yourself. You're having to have moments that it's like, oh my gosh, can I actually let myself go? I have so much to do, whether it is career, usually, because this is Wands. This could be for myself, entrepreneurs. Might be that you finally broke from that job. You finally broke from that relationship, but you're like, I just have so much on my plate overall. Or those people who are still in a relationship that are here, you know, it simply is like a new change and something's coming about it, and it's just so many people are demanding stuff from you. Or you feel like you're demanding a lot from yourself and restraining yourself, and instead of giving your full self and being able to give it up, being able to give all of your energy, all of your ideas. Sorry. and everything of the sorts. So continuing with that, with the Judgment card, Judgment Day does come. Your actions are going to speak now. And basically, you know, this card has been following me and quite a few people since I keep pulling it in almost every card reading I've had. And Judgment Day comes, you know, and it kind of is almost like it's a brain. Hello. It's like, okay, have you been doing everything good? Then Judgment Day is going to be nice to you, basically. It's going to be like, hey, yes, you're doing your work. Yes, you're doing this. I'm kind of double checking you right now and showing you that, yeah, you're doing it. Just keep up on this frequency and then keep on going. If you haven't been doing it, if you've been having and going back into toxic habits that aren't necessarily good for you, or like, I'm going out drinking all the time, I'm going out for this, I'm going out for that, and I'm not taking care of myself, then your vibration and your frequency is going to be there. And then it's going to be like checking you, hey, you might have had like a really bad hangover because you were drinking so much and you finally got a hangover to the point where you're like, I don't think I should do that again. It's almost a wake-up call is really and truly what it is. So with this, you might feel like you're having to restrain yourself and having to change it. Many people are demanding things of you, and you just got a wake-up call of some sort that you're on the good vibration, or that you're going to have to get there. And for me right now with this aspect and what we have for the emotions, really and truly, it's kind of like the physical realm. It might have been something that you were dealing with, temptations in the physical realm. And especially with this, soften your heart and you're feeling all the feels, but remind yourself to be gentle with you. It might be that you had to break off from this relationship or something of the sort. Some type of, really and truly, that you couldn't be yourself. You couldn't be yourself, so to the point where you had to break up, and it was kind of like showing you, you can't keep restraining yourself. You can't keep being in a relationship that isn't for you, isn't meant for you, isn't meant for you to be your best person. That is what a relationship that actually truly will help you grow, will help you change, will help you basically aspects of yourself, help you self-growth. And when you're self-growing, that's one of those things that you have to do. It's one of those things that you kind of wish to do, always want. And that's what your guides, your ancestors, your angels, your spirits, your deities, or your God, or if you don't believe in any of that, the universe really and truly wants for you. It wants for you to grow. It wants for you to become the best person and kind of the job you were meant to do. Because everyone has a purpose. As kind of cliche as that sounds, let's keep going with it, shall we? All right, and so for the emotional version of what I see is we have the Magician. We have two major arcana cards here, both in your emotional state and both in your physical state. And for your physical state, it's like you got a wake-up call. And with your emotional state, this wake-up call, this kind of having to break out of this situation that you keep holding yourself back, that you had to break off from whatever emotions, whatever like job or relationship. Because really and truly, relationships are not just, you know, oh, I love this person and I'm in a physical relationship sexually and emotionally and all that. You know, it can be a relationship with career, it can be a relationship with friends, it can be a relationship with family, it can be just a relationship like I got a kind of an acquaintance. Seriously, whatever you're letting go of, because it feels like you're almost shedding the skin, and you had that wake-up call. Because you had that wake-up call, now you understand that you have all the power in the world to do the things that you need to. You have all this balance. You have all the tricks and tips and basically all the tools in the toolbox to be able to fix anything you want. And so emotionally, we're doing good, but it feels like you're seeking something out. Here's the Two of Wands. And because I have two wands here and then soften your heart with this career aspect, and what we have coming up is the clouds, because that's what we have here. It's almost like something's looming, something's coming, something's bringing, something's going. And really and truly, when you see the clouds, it's like basically let's see, what's the best way to say it? If the darker aspects are toward a person, then it can be divorce or a problem or having to change or having to cut something out. Versus if you have the lighter side next to you, then it's like, oh my gosh, everything's going to be good with your married life. But really and truly, this makes sense for you had to change something. I feel like here, really and truly, there's two types of people. It's either it was a job, or really and truly, it was a relationship that you had to break, and it was something that you had to stop doing, a wake-up call, and you have to seek for something else. And emotionally, you got this. Here we have the Magician, remember? And the Magician has everything that he wants, and he's doing everything that he can and doing amazing. He's got everything, and now he just has to kind of manifest, make it his reality. And here, when I see this, this is you partnering, having a new relationship, having a new situation that you are looking to go for. It's almost like you're going to go find what it is that really does make you want to be happy. It makes you want to do the things you desire. It makes you want to be able to do all the work, all the things. If you are a self-entrepreneur, this is that new calling. This is that thing that's like, yes, yes, come find me, come seek me. This is what your emotions are. And really and truly, that's a good spread. I see that people are shedding, because this is a transformative time. Group ones, you're shedding the things that don't need to be there. And oh, I just felt like pain in my shoulder. And so really and truly for me, when I feel things like that, that's a message that hopefully if somebody's feeling like, oh, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, with the 9 of Wands, you're like, I'm tired of having to keep myself in wraps. I'm tired of having to listen to everybody instead of just myself. I'm tired of having to do this. Shed it. Take that away. Let that go. That doesn't serve you. Keep it going. Cut it off. Whatever it is you need to. And let these emotions that are going to come in and start flourishing, that you're like, I have all of these things. Let me make my reality. Let me seek it out and let me make it. Let me do it. And if that is going towards another relationship or just building upon yourself, really and truly, I feel like it's building upon yourself, because my hands kind of just had a little bit of that message there. It was like, yeah, that's people want, my number ones, I feel like you're going to be like, no, I want to work on myself and I'm seeking myself. I'm seeking to better myself. This is a shadow time. It is the shadow of Mercury retrograde. And on top of it, it is Scorpio season. And we are in October where the veil is thinning. All of these things have lined up for you, telling you that, yes, this is the perfect time for you to find yourself. Perfect time for you to be able to be like, yes, I want me and I want to be more of me. I want to be who I was before I got in this relationship, before I got stuck in this job, before I basically was a people pleaser. Let's go. Let me be me. And so I have high hopes for y'all. Take it easy and just keep going. Find yourself. Find that new thing that sparks it, that sparks your emotions and your stability on yourself. Okay? I hope you'll have a great one with that. All right, and now let's move on to pile number 2. If you picked more than one pile, then keep on listening. All right, so continuing with this. All right, for my group number 2, we have the obsidian. And for the obsidian, we have protect your soul. The obsidian is black volcanic glass. When thinking positively seems out of the question, when dark forces are in work, dig in, arm yourself with obsidian, and throttle back. Basically, fight for what you want, but protect yourself, really and truly. You need to cut out negative people and partners from your lives. Scorpios. If this doesn't sum up everything for this season, and this Mercury Shadow, Mercury Retrograde going to start on the 31st, and on top of that, not just Mercury Retrograde going to start, but we are in Scorpio season. If this doesn't speak to matters of the heart and to matters of what's going on, I don't know what does. So my group 2s, you might be having to cut people out too. All right, do it. Protect yourself and cut those people out who are taking your energy, really and truly. All right, and then here we have the 2 fairy cards and then the 2 shadowscape tarot cards, as well as we have the Gypsy Witch card. And for the Gypsy Witch card, we have the eye. Okay, and so continuing with this, let's go this way. All right, for the earthly aspects, the paper, the money, the things that you want, you know, the things in this 3D world and the earth kind of sort of thing. Here we have the 7 of Cups and we have the 5 of Swords. The 7 of Cups, as you can see her looking into, it's not a looking glass and it's not a crystal ball. It's like, because this is fairies, she's looking into a droplet of water and then using it almost like a crystal ball. Using it to kind of see and look through the future and see what it is and what are you reminiscing, what are you missing. It's almost like looking back at the memories and what is my next step to do. You might be in the moment where you're remembering what used to happen, what were the good things, what were the things that needed to happen, what not. It's not a problem. It's just you're looking back. So it's like you are now taking into account all the things that happened and you're like, did I do such a good thing? Was that a good choice? Okay, do I roll with this? All right, now that I'm at a standstill of reflection, really and truly, what am I supposed to do about that? What am I supposed to do about this? All right, especially this, I see that I see really and truly based on this card and the Five of Swords. It's almost like now you have to protect yourself and you're having to be like, okay, I rested and now I have to keep going. Now I have to pick my directions. For me, it's like you have a direction to pick, and it's not just one way or the other. It might be multiple directions and multiple little steps to try to get where you want, especially with this physical realm when it's like here you are cutting people out of your life and protecting yourself. Here is you not going to deal with the bullshit, and you're like, goodbye, chop, 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 chop. Aliyah. All y'all who ain't serving me, you gotta go. And now that I'm looking at the Shadowscape Tarot, let me tell you, this is fun. All right, here we have the Tower. Major Arcana here. This is what your spirits, your guides, everybody wants you to know. Your spiritual whole team. We have the Tower. It's a gorgeous card in this deck, I swear. And yes, baby, yes. And then we have the Seven of Cups. Again, which is kind of shows you what's going on here. For me, that means the pairing of your emotional self and the pairing of your physical self, the body as well as the emotions, are going through the same kind of thing. And they're like, okay, we're sort of on par. We're both having to make all these decisions. We're both having to choose. Do we go towards this tree? Do we go towards our landscape? And for me, this one feels more like partnership. It's almost like you're having to make choices of who to keep and who not to. Like I was talking into group 1, this is about relationships if they are in your mind, if they are in like, the career aspects, or if they're in relationships that are emotional and physical and, you're having sex with this person and it's your partner, It's like that. It's like, do I need to cut people out of my emotional life as well as my physical life? This is really and truly feels like a time of reflection. And your emotional side is having the Tower, which means let those things burn that need to go. They need to go. Okay? You know it. And 5 is like, all right, how am I seeking help? How am I the 5 of Swords is like, I'm not having to go look and see what are my next decisions. The 5 of Swords is sometimes asking for help. It's not just asking for help, but it's like, okay, I'm seeing where I need to go. I'm kind of making those decisions and playing it out in my mind. Swords is mental. Cups is emotional. So on the physical realm, it's like your mind and your heart are trying to here. And then your emotions and your heart and really and truly what's the shadow aspects underneath all of this. It's like, I gotta let this all burn. I gotta let this all burn and start over and find what it is that makes me happy. Find what it is that is a good aspect to be in. What is a good relationship to be in? Is this a good work relationship? Is this not a good work relationship? Is this not really great emotionally? Is this person, I'm gonna have to cut them out of my life? With the obsidian and this eye right here. This eye means like almost always, because it's a little bit further. For me, it's like you have somebody that's looking at you. You got haters, and you got people that you want looking at you. So for me, it's like you got lots of people looking at you, and it's like, I think I would just want to let this whole thing burn. Something that kind of popped up in my head earlier was, it's a saying that I used to say, some people are scared to burn down bridges, but sometimes, not only do you have to burn the bridge down, you have to burn it with kerosene. You got to light that shit on fire and just let it burn to the floor. Let that burn so something else can take its place, because that bridge can't be crossed again when you burn it with kerosene instead of just letting it burn. Kerosene is like, it ain't coming back. Never, 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 never. And then you have basically, because that bridge isn't connecting no more, other bridges can come in. Other things can be built. Other people, other relationships, the one with yourself, of course, can be rebuilt stronger. So your foundation is stronger. So the next person that comes along, you are better for it. You are here, you are there, you know exactly what you want with your life. It's not just, oh, I'm kind of here, I'm kind of there, I'm kind of this. No, I know exactly where I am here. I know exactly where I want to be there. I know exactly what I want and where I want to get it. I've cut the people out that are not meant for me. Not meant. Sorry. They're not meant for me. They are not in this position. They are not going to keep growing with me. This is the type of aspect where it's like you have outgrown a relationship, or you know it. Or you know it's about to happen. Or you know, this is just toxic. It gotta go. It gotta go. This bridge gotta be burned down and with kerosene, because we ain't doing this again. So really and truly, I would say that you got haters, so you're doing something right. Okay? When other people are looking at you and they're wishing that they were if they had your life, they're wishing they had your confidence, that means you're doing the right thing. That means you're going after it. You're doing what you need to. You're removing the people that aren't worth the time. which means that you have more peace of mind. Protect your soul, and not in just the sense of your soul, but your whole self, your energy, and everything that comes by, that's combined. So your emotions, your mental, physical body, and your spiritual body. Okay? So take out the bad, let that shit burn down that you know needs to go, and really and truly find what you want to do. Keep looking at these if you want, keep asking yourself and being reflective, but once you make those decisions, go for it. Go for it. I promise you, it will. It's a rebirth, and it's a time of transformation completely. Okay? This is the best time. We got so much. We have so much to not just basically do, but because it's Mercury Shadow right now, and it's leading into Mercury Retrograde on the 31st. So the veil is thinning. It's the shadow aspect of basically the seasons. And on top of it, we're in Scorpio season. Transformation. Emotions. They run rampant. If you take care of yourself and you understand and you learn, then you're doing good. And I see y'all as doing pretty good because you're like, okay, this is here. I'm going to listen. I'm going to burn the bridges. I'm going to do what I need to. I'm going to kick that person to the curb because they ain't helping me. They're just hurting me. And now they're confusing you. They might just be wishy-washy. Hell, how do I know? So, hope that kind of helps out with there. And now we'll be moving on to group 3. All right. Hey, y'all, group number 3. All right. So here, y'all were either brought to or got the Jasper, kind of as it was. And this is strengthen your foundation. When you want to get back into your body after a stressful work week or a long flight or a lit meditation session, you need to strengthen yourself. Air signs, city folk, wherever you are, this can help you by bringing in the earth and listening to yourself. All right, cool. So we have strengthen your foundation. So strengthen you. I swear, all of y'all got like different versions of the cards and different things that you're dealing with, but this season has hit hard. We are in Mercury Shadow. Mercury Retrograde is coming up. And not just Mercury Retrograde is coming up. It's coming on the 31st when the veil is thin because we are in October, because we are in Scorpio season. So all the shadow things are coming out to play. All the spirits are here. Everything's going on. Everything. Okay? So continuing on, we have two fairy cards, and we have 2 Shadowscape tarot cards, and then we have the Gypsy Witch card. Let me show you that right now. We have this ship. Y'all gotta go on some traveling here. Whether it's mental or whether it's body and physical, and we actually gonna move freaking places. We're about to find out. All right, cool. I think it's yourself though. All right, here we go. So for the major arcana that we got the Hermit for the fairy deck, and that is number 9. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Mama. This is your earthly side, and this is your earthly aspects. This is what's in the 3D world. What is your physical realm doing? What is your physical body feeling? What is going on? How is everything going with this? With the physical body, with what you see, what's on the outside. The shadow aspects are what the Shadowscape wanted to talk about instead. So, continuing with this, the Knight of Pentacles, automatically I see, is searching for a coin, searching for more stability, searching for what they want. This is growing. This is progress. This is the things you want. It is also beginning, almost starting style. Instead of like the King of Pentacles, where he's already there. He's already stable. He's already at his max. And all of such. The Knight of Pentacles, he's constantly searching. He's looking for a better job. He is looking for a better home. He is looking for stability. He is looking for something that is going to give him that helpful sense. It's going to be like, this brings me home. This feels like home. And it doesn't have to be a he. You don't have to be a he. You don't have to be a she. It works in all ways. I'm just saying that this is a person that is searching for this. This aspect is almost like, okay, I want to do this. Earth energy is kind of slow sometimes, especially with the Hermit. Reflection, 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 reflection. All right, with this Hermit here in place, as you can see, he's just chilling by himself. And he's not just chilling by himself, he has a candle lit. Well, it's a lantern. And this lantern is lit, and he's just going about it. He's learning of his own thing. And for me, it's like he's almost learning about the different mushrooms, and because he's a fairy. So he's the size of mushrooms, and it could be that he's learning something about medicine. Why did that just vibrate? I just got like a thing. So I'm just like, oh, mama. All right. So we're totally feeling it, totally there. And he's studying medicines. He's studying these things, these new plants, these things that are bringing up together. He's learning about himself. You know, that is why you need to strengthen your foundation, and that is why you're going on a journey. It is a self-discovery journey. Especially with that. That's a good card. With these aspects, it's almost like you're not shedding. A couple of the two different groups. One was shedding. The other one was also getting rid of. It was like cutting people out. The other one was like, okay, we're shedding skin and we're changing a bit. Yours is more of reflection and having to find where it is you want to go. Because one of them had like wanting to go someplace versus you, who it's like, all right, I'm still looking for it. You've already made the decision to look for it. Make sense? All right, so continuing with this, we have these shadow aspects. So this will tie in to see what is your emotional state. What are the things that are hidden to our eyes, but not to yourself? Things you need kind of brought to light and emotionally. Especially with the Eight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups, you can see it's an amazing card. It's looking, it's searching. All these fishes are gorgeous. It's this mermaid that's going through it. He's found something. He has a cup here, and he's searching because he has, I don't know what that is. Yeah, a little light on his head. And he's having all these cups, and they're all good, and they're all filling, and it's all almost like he's going into the depths of himself. Hey, like I said, self-exploration, we gotta do it. And for this, for me, it is more of self-exploration in your own self, in your own emotions, in your own things that are going on. Eight of Cups is a good card. It's almost to the peak, which is the 9 is the wife, kids, and families, and it's starting to grow. And the 10 is like, ooh, fairy tale. You know, the 8 is kind of working on it and finding these things and aspects and getting to a balance and getting to peace. It is stability in its sense. So it's a good card. And then here we have the 5 of Pentacles. As you can see, she's sad. The 5 of Pentacles really is almost like a loss, but we have that cute little butterfly right there. It's just you have your head turned down. For me, with the 5 of Pentacles, it's you're seeing all of this aspect of loss. You're seeing all these things that have gone, that have left. It's almost like somebody has stolen something from you, whether it's your peace of mind. Pentacles being, that's probably why you have the Knight of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. You're searching for more stability because somebody already took your home. Somebody has already found something that you wanted to keep for yourself. You know, it might have been a job. You might have lost this job and now you're looking for another job, looking for more stability. You might be looking for a different home because this home just doesn't feel like home. You know, it could have been like, that's why you're in self-reflection and this is why you're having to strengthen yourself. You cut off from somebody a long ass time ago, or you cut off from this job a while ago. Like really and truly, it feels like you're having to search and you're having to find. With this, it's almost like you have to physically find something. For me, it feels like it's internal, having to look inside of yourself. But here, notice the good aspects in your life. Notice what is this gorgeous little butterfly. Notice what are the things that bring you joy. Because you have them. You have this stability of emotions, but it's like you're still you're still seeing all the things that used to be, you know, good that have turned sour, that have turned problematic. These things that, okay, I was in a relationship and now they kicked me out. This was in a relationship, or this person just didn't care for me anymore, or I thought this person was faithful and they weren't. You know, it's almost like you see the bad problems of it because it was something so good that it was almost like a fairy tale that broke down. Good thing about this, with this journey, these 3 journeys right here, this I find in the physical, this one I feel explains both of these. Move places. Find it. Find another place if that is exactly what it is that you are looking for. If you're like, I feel stuck. I feel like I'm in this specific place and I have no aspects that I really can deal with. You know, I'm just like, I have to move. And you've made that decision where you were looking for a more stable job around your own place. Maybe it is switching places completely. Maybe it is going on that journey that's like, ooh. This can also be an inheritance of wealth. It could be that you lost a job and you're about to find it. Okay? With this move, with this choice, with this change, you're going to find what you're looking for. And with that, it'll be more settling and you'll be able to self-reflect. You'll be able to see, what is it that I need to build upon? Now that I have my foundation of my home, of my security, of my money, everything good, my coin, my bag is good. Now that I can focus on myself, what is it that I really want? Is this the job I want? Is this the job that I kind of like, oh shit, about? really and truly with this, strengthen yourself. And through strengthening yourself while looking for this job, you're going to find that match. You're going to find it. I'm not even worried about it. So just open up and see the good things. See when a butterfly lands on you. See when a feather falls. When you find a penny. When you find a couple of pennies. A 5 cent, 10 cent, 25, $1. That's your spirit guides being with you. And for me, it's almost like with this butterfly. To me, it's like spirit guides that are trying to show you there's good things, there's good things, there's good things. 5 is all about change. As a number, as basically a moment on its own. It's change. It's 110% change. And so it's like, here we go. We got all of these things that are happening, all these things that are good and going and growing, and you're not seeing them yet. So just kind of open your eyes, open your mind and your emotional aspects. Might be that you have a friend that helps you out. There might be a dog or like little creatures that come to say hi if you're a creature person like I am. I get spiders that are found all the time. They end up crawling on me. I find them on me and I'm like, oh. Go over there. Bye-bye. You know, and it's like, I know that that's my ancestors talking to me specifically. Some people will find coins all the time. You'll find coin after coin after coin after coin. And it might be like all the time you find a 5 cent. And it's like a 5. A 5? Why a 5? Could be that it's an ancestor that really wanted to get your attention and make sure that you know it's them. Something different. Something totally an aspect. Could be an Aquarius. Huh. How do we know? I'm seeing lots of water though and lots of earth. So it could be that it's more of an earthy sign and it might be like you're going to find a coin. You know? You're going to find that feather. And then brighten up, okay? Things are changing and you're moving and you're going to find that new place, that new aspect, that new job. Whatever it is, that new home. You're going to find it. I'm not worried. All right? So just self-reflect, breathe, strengthen yourself, your intuition, you. Do what you need to. All right. Well, that's all for my 3 groups, and I hope that you'll have a good one. All right? So take care. All right. Bye.